Okay, we are live again. And let's hope that this works now. Let me give me 1 second, grabbing my phone so I can see how it looks.
Introduce ourselves again.
Part 2.
Welcome to this bonus episode.
Nah,
Where we-
just ask when she saves everyone as a bonus episode.
Aw. I'll have you know that while you were off having your little pirate adventure, I was holding it down in this dungeon.
And I just got your message there, Damien.
And I absolutely saved the Dragonborn.
Okay, I'm still getting some chop, so I might just have to try to work that out later. All right, so good. Let's continue on with the conversation. The Barwayne has entered back into the building of the while you guys are discussing. You were discussing out of her earshot. So, what are you all doing?
Well, I think that we should do this and help the people of this island. And, if we happen to come across a hoard of treasure, then, it happens.
Okay, I second that.
Perhaps we should let this Jeddick person know that there is a certain expectation of privilege should we solve their problem.
Leave that up to one of you.
Important point of clarification there, Suzanne. Do you mention what you have heard the tieflings talk about?
Yes, I mention it.
Oh, well, maybe we'll find the pretty crown then.
And you hear...
And I also mentioned the house that I followed them to.
Yeah, it was the main house. You heard the Wispy Widow.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Wispy Widow that scared them.
Does that mean anything to any of you, the Wispy Widow?
Makes no sense to me.
Anyone who is proficient in history may roll a history check.
I was about to say,
I'm not.
I was going to pull out Tobin's Spirit Guide.
I will give you a percentile roll on that. You want to roll low.
How do I roll dice on D20 that isn't...
Are you rolling on D&D Beyond or in Forge or Foundry?
On D&D Beyond.
If you're on your character sheet, on the lower left-hand side, you'll see dice. A dice. And you can click.
There it is.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then you'll see the 2d10s.
Because it's D&D.
Beyond. Oh, and for my players, on Tuesday, they are releasing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the Feywild adventure, which will have the rabbit folk and more, and it's already purchased on my D&D Beyond, so feel free to take a look.
That's exciting, because I remember I wanted to play a rabbit folk, and you told me no.
Exactly, I did.
88.
88.
We can play a rabbit?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
awesome.
it does not appear to be in your tome.
Okay.
So, where are you all going?
Yeah.
Well, if any of you are going to do any kind of negotiating, you're going to have to go through the secretary.
Jazzdick.
Well, you may not know this about Miyagi, but he can be quite charming when he wants to be.
Upon hearing that remark, Miyagi's just...
Boss.
Yes, what's going on?
They are using the outhouse.
God, I wish we could hear this.
Good boy, just keep...
Do you want me to bring it to you? Maybe they're hiding something in there.
Oh, no. And at this point, you just hear Miyagi say, no, out loud.
What?
Don't sell yourself short. You're quite charming.
Just, and in his head, he's just going
That's true. I would agree with it.
They're using the outhouse. I thought that was very important news. So did you?
They've been in there for a while.
Who's using the outhouse? And why are you privy to that?
Telepathically, I'm going to ask Ixbit. Did all three of them go in at once, or one at a time?
All three.
No response from that? Oh, I'm hurt.
You might have to say it again.
I said, why are you privy to that information?
He's going to stand up. First off, the kobolds are gone. Second off, who do we need to talk to?
In the main part of the house?
Yes,
Okay.
your guys are outside the main house. It's a like a 3-story house that has, again, very worn down, but it's beautifully. The architecture is very beautiful and arching, and has many balconies, especially to look over the ocean and all that.
Do you want us to check out something while you would negotiate?
Go check out the outhouse. That sounds weird, but yes.
Zen's small enough to fit in there.
All 3 kobolds went in and they have not returned. At once, I mean. Not just taking turns. I wouldn't have cared if it was that much, but...
Nightfall, question.
Yes.
When Avalon fired the tieflings, she fired them to this house?
Correct.
Okay, but I didn't get to see where they disappeared to in this house, so they could have easily walked through the front door, the back door, or window.
They went into the front door. In fact, I mean, you don't know that with Avalon, but Helvog, Elkson, and Ath would have seen them go to the front door.
Avalon a rather worthless mission then. Okay.
I mean, if you shared senses, you would have known, but you can only get... Avalon doesn't really have intelligence, so...
Avalon is quite intelligent. He's an owl.
Yes.
They wear graduation caps, and they know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a tippy ball.
I mean...
As soon as you said graduation camp, I knew where that was going, and I love it.
Yeah.
However, I will say you can speak to small animals, so Avalon will chirp at you and say that the gray-skinned and red-skinned horned one went inside the big tree with glass, did not return.
Interesting. I turned to the others. I'm like, let's head inside real quick.
I'm gonna go investigate the outhouse. I don't know if anyone's gonna go with me.
Okay.
Because Miyagi asked us to.
Oh, yes.
Boss, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now?
Stay or should I go?
Exactly.
Come back to me.
You got it. I'll bring you a present.
A bit. Pimp is my favorite thing ever.
As a player, I love it. As Miyagi, I don't know what this present is, and I'm terrified as a player.
So, everybody, I just want to clarify this real quick. Elkson and Ath and Helvog have all of their items. Miyagi has their spellbook and their weapons, but your backpack is still in the room, correct?
Yeah.
And Zen has what? You were just dressed in your bikini.
Yep. Only the spells I took the time to memorize, and that is it.
Okay.
As I now worry about my stuff, but that's okay.
So your
And now we're
fancy
gonna
new
head
sword.
into a fight at the outhouse.
Yeah, but the kobolds are gonna have the sword.
I'm also gonna have my fucking bag of holding.
Um,
Oh well. I
you
don't
guys
know.
go investigate the outhouse. We're gonna do you first. You guys go to this outhouse, which is
Who all was going with me?
Ath.
Okay.
This outhouse is further away from the beach, behind your bungalows. As you guys approach, you see the 3 kobolds exit.
Do you usually go at the same time?
Oh yes, when we clean. Hi, my
But
name
that's
is
a
Nix.
small space for everyone to fit.
Well, we're kind
Hi,
of small.
Nix.
We're small people. I'm Nix. That's Trix, and this is Rix.
I'm Elkson. This is Ath.
Hi guys.
And they all
So you-
like the 2 other ones are just looking at Elkson like, oh, that's a big
So
one.
you guys probably see a lot since you're servants here, right?
Oh yes, we see a lot. You won't believe how messy the tall people ones are. Are you guys messy?
No, I'd like to think I'm rather neat.
Oh, that's good.
One of our friends is obsessed with being clean.
Good. Oh, it is tiring here.
So, question for you guys then, since
Yes.
you clearly have seen everything around here. Were you guys here when things and people started to go missing?
Well, I haven't really noticed we haven't really noticed anybody go missing. Some things, well, people like to blame us because, people think that because we're small, we're sneaky, but we haven't stolen anything at all. If people left things, then they left things, but
I don't think you've taken anything. I think you might have seen someone being a little suspicious, maybe being a little sneaky while you guys are going around cleaning. Because a lot of times, the fancy people that come to resorts, they don't pay attention to the people working.
I'll tell you who's really sneaky. You have that. There's this right next to you. Well, not next to you, but next to the one that's next to you. There's this short little female. She was arguing with this big cat, and then she just held on to the cat and look all kinds of glassy eyed. That's suspicious.
Someone held onto a cat and looked all glassy eyed.
Well, the tall cat. That's in that bungalow there.
Oh, yeah. They do spells and magic-y things. I don't pretend to understand.
That's suspicious. That's weird. That's suspicious.
I mean, if you're not used to magic, then yes.
No, I know.
And pause on the outhouse real quick. You guys enter into Helvog and Zen and Miaugi go into the main house. Again, it looks like a bit worn down. You see Jadic is there. He does a little quick sigh, but he's in a much more composed form than when you initially came in. Yes, how can I help you?
Before we get into roleplay, I want to. When I look around, is this like a reception desk? Is it like a big open space, or are there like rooms and halls and?
It's a reception desk. There is one door to your right and one door to your left, and one door that's behind the desk. The one behind the desk is a glass door. The one to the right is a glass type door, and the one to the right is a normal, or one to the left is a normal door.
Gotcha.
1 story, 2 story.
This is a 3-story house.
Stairs here in the foyer or not?
Not in the foyer. If you look towards the right, the glass door, you do see like an open staircase that arcs up.
Is the map up?
What's that?
Access the game. Do you have a map up?
No, I do not.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right, Miaugi, do your thing.
Okay. We heard something about caves. Things going missing.
Is that's just an old wives' tale told by Barwin. There's absolutely nothing going on there.
I don't trust Jazdick at all.
Yep, I'm doing an insight check as well.
Go for it.
Now, let me ask you something. I rolled an 8 and 18. Since it was 4 days worth of travel, should I roll again?
No, those are fine.
Okay. I'd like to do. I'd like to use my 18.
Mm-hmm.
And so my insight will be a 22.
Okay. See,
I'm going to begin casting and see if he stops me.
you see that he definitely raises his eye. Excuse me. What are you doing? You also, before that, you reply. You don't hear any deception in his voice. And you do hear in your head, boss, I'm outside, but I'm invisible. I'm outside, but I'm invisible. And I got something for you.
Miyagi's just gonna rub his temple. Just be like, just wait there, please.
Okay, it's kind of heavy.
Just looking to get some answers.
The
So
Dragonborn
you're
raises his eyebrow.
Sure there's no cave.
There is a cave, but there's nothing spooky going on. That's just... Look, there is a local legend about some elven princess who died of grief, of a broken heart because her human lover died of old age, and somehow some scholars freed her. It's all poppycock. That's all it is. It's pure poppycock.
Is this the Wispy Widow that we've heard about?
Yeah, that's the one.
I have these reports of people losing their financials.
I told
If
Master
you-
Pollock to not hire those damn kobolds.
If you let me get it off, I'm casting Zone of Truth.
You can cast it. He's definitely... I mean, he's not gonna...
Well,
he can't stop you.
It's a charisma DC 14 save.
You see that he definitely... as you continue the cast... How long is the cast? Just one action?
It's an action.
He definitely takes a step back. I don't appreciate that.
Oh, my apologies. Did the spell go off?
Spell went off, yeah.
All
Nothing
right,
you can
well,
do to...
15 feet around me.
Oh, so should me and Suzanne make saves?
Yeah, it works on everybody in that 15 feet.
I fail.
What am I rolling?
DC 14 charisma save.
And you do know if they saved or not, correct?
Yes, I do
Okay, he
know if
rolled a
they
natural
saved or
20.
not. Hey, so I know he saved,
11.
and I know these two didn't.
He just likes to be thorough. I apologize.
Well, I don't appreciate it.
I think it comes from a poor country where they don't have manners, but I could be wrong.
Oh, would
Apparently.
you please
This is me telling the truth, then.
Well, if there's not anything that you need, please. And he's starting to try to shoo you away. He took offense to that spellcast.
My apologies, sir, and I want to slip him gold.
He'll cautiously...
Oh, and no, I can't because my bag's in the room.
That's true.
So
I have an 8 charisma for a reason.
Yes. You're definitely role-playing it. And pause on you guys so you guys can think about what to do. Going back to the outhouse. And you see, Elkson, these other two that haven't spoken are just like staring at you with these wide eyes. I wonder if we can get that
Have you guys heard anything about what was it, Wispy Widow?
Oh, the Wispy Widow. Yes, she apparently she was this elven princess who fell in love with this human, and they had a wonderful life together. But humans don't live very long. They live longer than us. I mean, we only live very short, but humans don't live as long as elves. And apparently he died of old age, and she was so heartbroken that she just fell asleep and never woke up.
So then why would people be whispering about her as if she's some
Well, now apparently she roams the area, roams the island, and is trying to force her sadness on others so she can leave it.
Have you ever seen a creepy lady that seems to be like that?
He puts his clawed hand up to his chin. I've seen some creepy ladies, but none that I can see through.
Fair enough. And what about the cave around here?
Oh, there's
Have you
lots of
guys
caves
been?
around here. We don't get a chance to go into the caves that often, which is a shame because this bright light is terrible. But
I imagine.
they're working on maybe getting us some glasses that are tinted. That would be so nice. But we don't get a chance to. They have us running around. We try to upkeep everything. Pollock's really nice to us, but it's just so much work. We used to have more help, but he had to let him go.
Jazik or Jadik or whatever treat you.
Jadic.
Jadik.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he seems kind of grumpy. What does he do? Is he particularly mean to you? Is he...
He just doesn't trust anyone. He tries to take care of Master Pollock. Well, Master Pollock's been sad.
The lady who spreads her sadness and suddenly Master Pollock has been sad?
Oh no, Master Pollock is sad about his son.
What happened to his son?
He's out on the beach somewhere. He's been hanging around with his girlfriend. She's a little nature type, and she always talks about the resort is taking away from the natural beauty and we should be tearing everything down and just being one with nature, and tries to get everybody to join her drum circles. But Gerald, is quite taken with her, and he just hangs out on the beach, getting a tan, goes swimming.
Turn to Ath at this point and be like, sounds like someone would benefit from the resort failing.
Right?
He's got a really nice seashell necklace. He sometimes shares with us. He's pretty nice.
Is the lady nice to you?
Yeah, she's
the girlfriend.
She's pretty nice to everybody. She wants everybody at her drum circles.
Is she elven, human, dragonborn?
She's not elven, but not human. She's the same as Gerald and Pollock.
Oh, okay. Gerald. Which one was Gerald again?
Gerald's Pollock's son.
Oh, okay. So.
Helps with nothing.
Yeah.
Right, pause on you guys. Back to the big house.
I'm assuming the door has closed.
Yes,
shoot us out.
Yes, he is definitely shoot you out. He is not happy with you all. Like, you may come back for dinner, but until then, I do not want to see you.
Sorry about that. And Miyagi will look to the others. We should head outside. I have a present waiting for me.
As you go outside, you hear flapping. Open your hands, open your hands, open your hands, open your hands, open your hands.
Miyagi closes his eyes and opens his hands.
You feel something heavy plop into your hands. It's kind of cold. Rough. And as he lets go, it becomes visible. You see a fist-sized emerald.
Oh, where did you get this?
I found it. It was in the forest back there, just on the ground.
Could you take me there?
Maybe.
If you do, I promise double the portions tonight.
All right, let's go. You all do see this emerald in his hand.
Did you hear the conversation?
You don't hear the... Well, I'm assuming they...
No, they would hear the conversation.
Okay.
Because at that point, after having an emerald plopped in my head or in my hand, I would have started talking out loud.
Okay.
If you see, just for player standpoint, if you see me do this, I'm speaking telepathically.
Sounds good.
Do that again. It's getting kind of blurred when you have the hand in your head.
Yeah.
He's speaking
Like this?
telepathically if he has his fingers to his head.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys see this large emerald uncut in Miyagi's hand.
Professor X the shit.
So the imp found that, huh?
Yes, and he's going to take us where he
That
found
was your divine Twitchvention, by the way.
Cool. He's going to lead us where he found it.
Hmm.
Stretch, everyone.
I'm not exactly trusting of that last one. If you get that upset when somebody wants the truth, you're hiding something.
So about that, perhaps you should wait until, they're not looking directly at you to cast Zone of Truth.
Yeah, well, kind of
Well,
hard to
perhaps if
do
we-
sometimes.
Or perhaps if we're, have them tied up and it's an appropriate time to cast such a spell.
I
Or,
could have, I could have just charmed him. By the way,
we're not trying to negotiate a contract or any myriad of reasons why that was not the right time to cast that spell.
Yeah, well, yeah.
either which way, I think you. And I'm going to look to Susan. I think you should check our room and get dressed. I don't know what we're going to get into, and if you see the others, let them.
Yeah.
Also,
I'll go
fetch
back
me
to
my
the-
bag. Fetch me my bag.
Excuse me.
I'll give you a gold. I say as Susan's walking off.
You literally see like a cloud of smoke and unless I run to the roof.
Sand just scuffs up behind you as you suddenly take
It's
off.
just sprinting.
Now, important point of clarification for Elkson. I'm assuming that on your way to the outhouse, you stopped and dropped off Thunderbolt and Snowball and fed them and all that, and they are there.
Yes, and I would let Snowball rest inside.
Okay. All right.
Good
So,
luck to anyone that goes into our house without warning.
good point. Good
Just
point.
go in, fucking tiger.
Exactly.
Person instructed to auto kill whatever walks in.
No, I did not.
I know.
All right.
Told her to rest and get the sand out of her paws.
So, back to the outhouse.
This drum circle lady, when does she usually do her drum circles?
She does them. I think the next one is tonight, actually. Her name is and let me find the name here. Cilia.
Yeah, good to know. Beth, perhaps we should have a fun little girls' night with this drum circle.
Oh, can we join?
Are you girls?
I'm not. I'm Nyx. Trix is.
Oh,
Trix waves.
Just point of clarification, DM, how much would you say the emerald's worth?
You don't know. You may do an intel check.
Alright, I will.
girls' night with tricks. Let's go.
Just because I just added like an emerald to my inventory and it says it's 1,000, I was like, wait a minute, he did not just give me that. I got a 21.
21. In its current uncut state, you can probably get about 350 gold for it.
Okay, cool.
If it was
Thank
cut
you.
and, polished, and you can probably get a lot more for it.
Can I do an insight check to see if they're lying about not knowing anything
Sure.
about the people missing?
Sure. Roll an insight.
12.
12. you see that they are kind of, and they are rarely looking at you. They have all eyes on Elkson. They are enamored with seeing a dragonborn that is kind to them. Like you even hear whispers. Can we get that big one day? I don't know. I hope so.
My heart. That's so cute. By the way, when was the last time you guys ate anything?
We had second lunch, and we've had dinner, but we haven't had supper yet.
They had 11Cs.
I'm glad you guys eat plenty then.
Oh yes. Fish heads mainly, but the eyes are yummy. They make a great sound when you suck them out. It's a.
Well, if my tiger happens to leave any of the heads or eyeballs,
You got a tiger?
Yes.
Can we see?
Well, I don't know how friendly she might be to anyone that isn't me.
Oh.
But
okay.
next time you see me out and about, I'll probably have her with me again. So if you see her with me, you're welcome.
If you can see the bottom lip gets a little fatter, okay.
Oh. Well, if I'm with her, then you guys can meet her. How about that?
I like animals.
Which one said that? Nix, Trix, or Rix?
Nix is the only one that's been talking,
Okay.
outwardly talking. The whispers has been between Rix and Trix.
Okay. Do you get along with a lot of the animals around here?
Oh yes, I have a pet rat that plays around outside the big house.
Very nice. Hopefully, in her head, she's like, hopefully the imp doesn't kill it.
No, the owl did.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Nope.
Well,
He's really good. He always makes mess away where we don't have to clean it. He likes peanut butter a lot. He doesn't like cheese. You know, that's a really bad stereotype that mice like cheese. They really don't.
I did not know, but that's good to know. I'll
Yeah.
have to ask the next mouse I come across if they.
And he's very, very clean. He cleans himself very well.
Very nice. Trix, you're welcome to come with us for the girls' night if you like.
Do you not speak?
She looks at you and just smile. She like nods her head. Yes.
It's all
Player
right.
talk. Try speaking Draconic. Just player talk. Like, don't kobolds speak Draconic? Or am I thinking something? This is Josh talking, not.
Yeah, you don't know. You're not there.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking Draconic, or are they speaking Common?
Well, Nyx has been speaking Common.
Okay.
Trix hasn't been whispering. Rix has been whispering. So,
Okay.
in fact, good point. You wouldn't understand anything that Nyx or Trix and Rix have been whispering back and forth. Ath, you wouldn't have understood any of it.
Would I have, or am I too focused on Nyx to
Do you speak Draconic?
I mean, I'm a dragonborn, so I assume so.
I
but
mean,
I'll
look at your
double-check.
character sheet.
If I can speak Draconic, I would assume that.
Yes, I can. I speak
Then
comic,
yes, you would have.
common, draconic, druidic, elvish, and goblin.
Then you would have overheard that.
Okay. Then I'll say in draconic, to the lot of them, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys around, especially when I introduce you to the tiger, but we should probably get back to our group.
Ah, yes, we have to all get cleaning. Yes. And they all respond back in Draconic.
Let us know if you do see anyone acting strange. You know which bungalows are ours.
Oh, absolutely. We will guard it with our lives. As they
And I'll
they
give
bring up the
each of
mop
them
as a salute.
That's adorable. I'll give each of them a few copper as well.
Oh, Chinese. Here, have
Now
these. These
you
are good
got
luck.
We will guard it with our lives.
As Nyx is holding his hand out.
I'll extend.
You see, they give you 3 very small green gems.
Ooh, these are very pretty. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I gave them each 3 copper. I don't
Yep.
know if.
You may
Yeah.
add 3 emeralds worth 100 gold piece each.
Yay!
Why is everybody on this island but me making money?
Hey, I didn't get any either. She got it all.
I'll hand one over to Ath. Like, I'm not gonna keep them all. Like, but as we're walking away, so the kobolds don't see me, just like immediately hand over one
Good
of the things
point.
they gave to me.
Good point. All right.
I'm burning with jealousy.
So Zen, at this point in time, you would have gotten you've gotten the bag of holding, you have put on your gear. Is your sword showing?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen Reggie. I feel like confident enough that I could have it out.
Okay. And you have exited the bungalow to run right into Ath and Elkson.
Oh, just the one I wanted to.
Hey, small one.
I smell emerald.
What?
I smell emerald.
No, you do not.
We just had a
money.
We just had a very informative conversation with the kobolds, and apparently there is someone on this island that would benefit from the resort closing.
Sorry, tell me more.
Apparently, there's a nature-loving lady who's dating Pollock's son and thinks that they should close down and destroy the whole resort because it takes away from nature. She has drum circles regularly, and Ath and I will be attending one tonight for a little girls' night investigation and dance party.
Girls' night sounds intriguing.
Care to join? You are probably the most perceptive out of us.
Most definitely. I do have to drop off this bag to Meowgi, but other than that, I'm all yours.
And at this
Have
point, you
some
do see
wine.
Elkson put something into her pouch, as same as Ath. She's putting something into her pouch.
Secrets don't keep friends, ladies. You have that.
Spill the tea.
I'll toss one over to Suzanne and be like, I give some copper to the kobolds, and they gave me these, so...
You see 3 or 1. It's a cut gem this time. Definitely green emerald and worth about 100 gold.
Oh.
Could fit into a ring.
3 copper for 100 gold's worth of emeralds. Brilliant. Love kobolds. I don't get why Hovox feels so negatively towards them. They're generous.
Exactly! I don't get it either.
So, do you guys all meet up
Probably.
together?
Yeah, I'll go with her to give Maggie the thing, and then I figure we'll go to the drum circle when we do.
Okay. You guys are all meeting together. It's about dinner time. The sun is starting to set.
Oh, good.
My
Goody,
fancy
everyone's
Meowgi.
here. Thank you. And as I promised, I'm gonna reach down and just hand her the emerald.
The big one?
The big one, yeah.
Hey, Miyagi,
Oh, yes.
let me see that for a minute.
Okay, and I was gonna hand it to...
So then you see this
Is
large
there-
emerald that he was reaching out, and then he takes it back and gives it to Helvok.
Yeah.
Pull out the jar of green sand.
Mm-hmm.
Examine the sand and the uncut emerald.
Okay.
Try and see if
How-
there's emerald in the sand.
Close is the green hint.
Well, here's the question. Do you have proficiency in jeweler?
No, but I have a magnifying glass
Okay.
I'm proficient in nature, and being
I
that I have
will-
experience with
and
gems.
tinkering.
I will give you a intelligence check. With the magnifying glass, I will not give you disadvantage.
If so, we're about to dig up this whole beach.
Throw it all into our backpacks.
That's what he said when he said it was buried. Made that buried remark. It's the sand.
Alright. Roll.
In fact, I would let you either
There we
do an
go.
intellect or wisdom, your choice.
Forgot that
perception.
I am proficient in religion.
Oh, well, wisdom. Oh, and I did a save roll anyway.
You can just roll 1d20, then add your modifier, whichever one's higher.
It's going to be easier. All right, where's the 20? There's an 8. Or 20. Uh, 11.
11. It's a similar tint. Can't really verify, though. But definitely a similar tint.
What are you checking, Havog?
Well, you know, that's a pretty large uncut emerald, right? Green sand? That's not normal.
I mean, maybe I could help and figure out if there's any relation. I'm pretty good with nature things, and I did come from a mountain where we had plenty of gems, so.
I mean, I'm reluctant to, like, break out my alchemy set here at the dinner table.
Where's the table? I don't see one.
I'm pretty smart. Would I be able to roll anything to kind of see if he's onto something?
I will give you an intellect check. And as you guys are outside of your all's bungalows, you see a
Okay.
a table has been brought forward by the kobolds and set outside your bungalows as the food is being brought to you.
One in the left.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you. And for your patronage, I'm gonna slide silver.
You're the one being we should be
Yeah,
thanking you
we're
for your
patrons.
patronage.
There's a service.
Right,
For the
we are
service.
Thank you for the
I knew
service.
what I
That's the
said.
correct.
I knew what I said. Here's the silver. And on top of that, I hand 2 more to the other ones.
Oh, thank you very much. This must
Did
be
they
a
bring
great
out-
place for you. It's the whole world is your litter box.
And audibly just starts cracking up, like holding her gut, cracking up.
So then joins her.
But do us a favor, if you do that, do it behind your bungalow. That way we can easily clean it up.
That's some less louder.
You know, I've never made that association, but that's hilarious.
I do not use a litter box. Thank you very
Really?
much. Ixbit. I don't want to hear anything out of you.
No, this was a kobold.
Oh, I thought it was Ixbit. My bad.
Xbit's
No,
like, should I get him? I can get him, boss. I get him. I can stick him
Does he say that out loud or telepathically?
telepathically.
Oh no, don't worry about it. No, I don't use the litter box. And no, I don't eat live fish. Or mice.
You hear Xbit. Actually, you hear Xbit say, "Really?"
Out loud or telepathically?
Out loud.
And I whisper, and they call me bigoted.
I love playing a cat. I love playing a cat person. I absolutely do.
So you guys sit down for a nice dinner. The food is rather well prepared. And there is some nice honey mead there for you. You have a couple big buckets that you can dip your mugs into. So I am assuming that we have at least one group going to the drum circle. Is Meowgi and Helvog going anywhere else?
Miyagi wants to know where he found the gem. So I think he would share his portions of the meal and give double. So
There's plenty. You can actually set up a whole meal just for Ixpit.
okay, that's what I'll do. And then Miyagi would like to go wherever Ixpit found the emerald.
Okay.
This was probably that standard resort tropical buffet table.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You have either mugs or coconuts with umbrellas for cups.
So fun.
All right, so we're gonna speed this up.
I rolled a 22 on the intellect check about the emerald in the sand.
You believe, yeah, there might be some runoff somewhere. Now you're also thinking if we extrapolate all the emerald dust that's in the sand, we might make nope, we would not make a profit. It is just too fine. There's just enough dust in there in the sand that would give it its green tint.
But that's still a lot of runoff.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
we have the drum circle.
All right, so we're going to split this up. We're going to do Helvog and Miyagi first. Ixpit's under the cover of night. Ixpit whispers, "Can I go visible, please?"
Yes, you may go visible.
He's in his imp form. Okay, it's this way. It's this way. It's this way. And he starts running on the ground on all fours. He's like, "Oh wait," and he flies.
You are a silly little creature. And this is not Miyagi speaking telepathically. This is just him rubbing his head.
All right, so you guys continue on in the forest for a little bit. It takes you a little while because he does get lost a couple times. But then you see you come across around a tree and you see that there's a bit of a rock face in front of you. It was right down there. See, some vines are going up the rock face, some vegetation, and he points to a place on the ground.
Miyagi's gonna go check that out.
Okay. You see that as you get close, give me a survival check for me.
Absolutely.
If it's dark, I cast light.
18.
It is definitely dark, and poof, there is lights everywhere. 18, with the light, you can definitely see that there's a bit of a path. It's very difficult to, it's not a very worn path, but there is definitely a path where somebody walked that would go around the rock face to the other side that you can't see.
Should we tell the others or investigate on our own?
We could go back to, honestly, they're at that drum circle, so might as well just check this out ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us even told the guys about the drum circle because we told Suzanne before we met up with y'all.
I assume that you guys talked during dinner or something. So, all right, you guys go in and you see quite obviously a small opening in this rock face from the other side that can easily fit a medium-sized creature. It would be a little bit, if you had armor on, it's got a little tight feel, but you can just go sideways and you would fit through. Ath might have some problems getting through even going sideways, but you could probably fit through.
Okay, so theoretically, all of us could fit through.
Yes, theoretically, yes, all of you could fit through.
I say we just have a little. Not too much. Ixpit, do you mind slipping through there for a second?
Of course. Flies in. Oh, there's some creepy stuff in here, boss.
Does he say that telepathically or out loud?
Out loud.
Miyagi's gonna head in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep right up with him because I got light.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you go inside, you see light. It's a very moist cave. There is a little bit of condensation on the walls. You see easily with the light. I mean, no roll necessary. There are symbols in red on the walls and on the ground. There's small bones that are put into deliberate formations, making a circle. There's
red rum.
There's candles that are not lit, that are half burnt, and wax have fallen down on the ground. You see a little pile of wax and some drippings. They are definitely not recently used. All the wax is hardened.
Are they red candles by chance?
All different colors.
Can I read any of the writing?
Yes. Some of it is Draconic. And what other language do you read?
I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Draconic, Common, and Sylvan.
Okay. Some you see some definitely Draconic symbols. And what language do you speak, Helvog?
Just common and gnomish.
Okay. And then there's some that are.
If need be, I can cast tongues.
Well, tongues is for speaking. It would be comprehend languages.
I know. That's yes, I know.
You can. Some of them are symbols that you don't really recognize. They are flowing in nature. They seem to be very spirally, but also elegant.
I would like to make a religion check.
Sure.
Can I do that as well?
You can probably do Arcana.
Okay. It's the same modifier for both.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay.
9.
Okay. You don't really see any religious iconography. There's no symbols of any deities or anything.
I was just going off of the bones and it being a burial site.
Right. Definitely does not look like a burial site. None that you are familiar with, and you're familiar with the last rites of a good number of different religions and all that. So this doesn't ring a bell. Arcana check. You see that this the Draconic symbols are there, but it seems like gibberish.
Now, are they like symbols or sigils, or are they runes?
Looks like runes and sigils.
Okay, so it's a mix of both.
Right.
Okay. Can I just pop off detect magic?
Sure. So you use a spell slot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Nothing magical, except for what you all are carrying.
Okay.
You see, that's Draconic and that's Elvish.
Oh, it's Elvish.
Oh yeah, I can read a bunch of languages.
I need to see what can.
Ixbit, it's not on his sheet because I didn't make a specific sheet, but Ixbit does have a little bit of extra knowledge after being familiar to a lich.
Okay. All right.
Hey, it's all gibberish.
Now,
Elvish, you say?
Yeah, definitely blood though.
I wonder if that's our elven ghost female and her lover.
Pause it. Or actually, no, we're going to continue with this one.
I start to perform last rites over the bones.
Okay. Getting closer to the bones, you see that they're mainly animal bones. They're very small.
Okay, I was just about to.
They would not. There's no humanoid type race that these bones would fall into. They're like birds.
Then that'll stop
fish.
me.
Yeah, exactly. As you get closer, you see that you're like, these aren't remains. These are the remains of animals.
Can I pick anything out from gibberish? Like any words or anything that is.
It's like you hit your keyboard at random.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's an insane elf writing it.
And
This-
pause.
That's the imp.
No, that is not the imp. And pause on you guys.
And so this is how our story is.
Back to the drum circle. Now, you guys approach.
Best
Yeah.
person to be stuck with if we find a ghost.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the perfect party to find a ghost. You have a sorcerer mage and you have a cleric. I mean, you guys approach a bonfire that's out on the beach, and as you approach, you start to see this very lithe female, dressed in flowing, scantily clad, and with a headband with feathers all around, and she's just dancing along around this bonfire as you see this very tan half elf male, short hair that it's brown, but it gets almost blonde at the tips. You see a shell necklace that's tied against his neck, and he's wearing a vest that's opened up. Definitely has very well figure. He's definitely well exercised. He's showing off his six pack, and he's just beating on the drum.
He has mentioned that necklace twice now. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of charm person or mind control thing at this point.
But for those of you who are in the real world, you will notice that this is your standard beach bum type look.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Alexander will go over.
As you approach this half elf that's dancing, stops. We have visitors. Welcome. Please.
We heard of your little drum circle and wanted to have a little girls' night fun over here.
But of course, but we don't put labels. We don't do genders here. We are all just part of nature's loving embrace. As long as you respect our loving planet, you are welcome here.
She'll druid craft a little hibiscus or something, but of course, and toss it over to her.
And she will druid craft a crown and put it on your head, filled with a purplish flower.
Do I recognize the flower?
You can roll a nature check.
Absolutely, I will. It's one of the few things I'm good for.
She's doing that. I'm going to discreetly try to, over the next 10 minutes, cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
That is a 21.
21. It is a sort of a lily that is maybe more tropical version of a lily from what you've seen.
Yeah, I'll let her put it on my head, but I'll give Ath a quick glance, just keep an eye on it kind of thing.
And then she starts to create crowns for everybody here and starts to put them on all of your heads. And at this moment, she definitely sees Suzanne. She's making one and she's approaching Suzanne. Do you continue your ritual? It is an obvious to do a 10-minute ritual. It is obvious.
I will stop. Let her put the crown on my head, and when she walks away, I'll just burn the spell slot and quickly cast it.
Okay. Let me see what you see. And burn the spell slots, please. Oh yeah, serious.
Hey, if I had to burn one, you had to burn one.
Magic.
You
I can't seem to cast it unless it's a ritual.
then you didn't have
I
it
don't think I
prepared.
have it prepared. Yeah. All right, so never mind.
Okay.
My bad.
A sorcerer or a wizard?
I'm a wizard.
You can
Wizards-
always.
Wizards can always cast ritual spells.
Right, but to do a ritual, it's very obvious, and they didn't have it prepared, so they can't use a regular spell
Gotcha,
slot.
yes. Okay,
So-
gotcha. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So you see, now let's enjoy the dance. As she throws her hands up and the bonfire climbs to higher heights and starts to make these intricate shapes as she starts to dance around as this guy's just drumming along.
While this goes on, I'll kind of whisper to Suzanne, "You're sneaky, so maybe if you want to do whatever you were about to do, you can sneak off while we're all dancing and there's loud music going on." And then start dancing with the lady.
That you can do because it lasts for 10 minutes, so you could leave, come back.
I'll do that.
Okay.
So I just kind of dance my happy ass into the woods and
Take him away downtown, walking fast.
You don't see shit. Bye.
She doesn't notice you leave or doesn't see, like, acknowledge you leaving. And then the guy starts slowing down and like, that was good. Yeah.
the very second I'm out of eyesight, I start casting as a ritual detect magic.
All right, I'll let you know when you return.
Okay.
So, how long have you all been doing these drum circles?
Oh, well, we've been doing this for a while now. Me and G here are just looking for like-minded people. So what brings you here? I hope you're not visiting that awful resort.
Well, technically we are, just because we came with a crew who docked there. But I am a bit curious about it. It seems a little dilapidated.
Oh, that's good.
Cursed, if rumors are to be believed.
I don't believe in any of those curses that they say, but, you know, if they're dilapidated, that's good. Maybe your father has finally come to terms that he just needs to close up shop and let this place be what it is.
I'm going to keep a careful eye on specifically the nature lady and ask, have you heard anything about the Whisper Widow, was something like that?
The Wispy Widow. The Wispy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice story. And you know what?
Very romantic.
Very, very romantic. And you know what? If she's out here, maybe she's just doing nature's work. It is just the natural order of things that we need to get back to nature and stop building.
Insight check for sure. The one time Elkson will probably ever do an insight check.
Cut to Hellbog and Miyagi screaming and Miyagi jumping in Hellbog's arms like Scooby. No.
That's 14. Do I get advantage because I said I was watching it closely?
No, you do not. However, that's enough because you see that she is being completely truthful. She is, for lack of a better term, an ultra hippie.
Yes, but she didn't say she wasn't the lady. She just said that the lady's probably doing nature's work, which seems awfully knowing. The mental note tucked away to mention to Suzanne and Ath whenever given the chance.
Yep. And at this time, Suzanne does come back. There's nothing else magical around here.
Nothing else?
I seem to keep finding myself on the losing end of this investigation.
How did you two meet?
Oh, well. And this is the G, as he was called.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was helping my father out, and Scylla came here as he reaches out and just kind of caresses her arm a little bit. And she's been teaching me a lot and how we need to get back to nature and we need to stop building. It's destructive to the environment. We can coexist in a cooperative fashion and, live off the land and, keep it as close to as possible and be more, what was that term? we can cohabitate with nature and live in a commune where we can just give back to nature and not be disruptive. Ah, that's right.
Would certainly agree with that. How did you get to this island, Scylla? Or
Oh,
Scylla?
I go where the wind tells me to, and the wind told me that I was needed here.
Yes, but like a ship, teleporting.
Oh, a ship.
Very nice. Had some rough weather ourselves getting here. How did your ship fare? I imagine you had other people on it with you.
Well, I've been here for a few years. I don't really recall any rough weather when we came here.
Approximate time noted.
Mm-hmm. Pause on you guys. Those of you in the cave, you feel a gust of cold wind, like Arctic wind, and you hear this wailing.
Well, you know I kick into combat mode.
Mm-hmm. And I did say wailing.
Seeing that, like, the posture of Hellbog has completely changed. It went from, like, lax to investigative to, like, combat ready. Meowg is just gonna put his hand down, like, towards him, and just energy starts to crack.
Okay, and I need you both to make a perception check for me.
Just gonna say, where's it coming from?
Well, since you guys are definitely combat ready, I'm going to give you a normal roll instead of disadvantage because this is kind of a tight thing that you're going to see.
Well, my passive is 16.
Really, Meowdy?
Yeah, mine was terrible. Sorry, guys.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Alright, I'm getting over this.
And I will note at this time, you guys see a thick fog rolling in on the outside.
25.
You see a flash of white as if flutter from the outside of this cave. Because again, it was like 10 feet in and you were in this cave. Like a fluttering of white fabric go across and go off in towards the direction where you guys were going or where you guys came from.
So is this a cave without a back exit?
No, there is a back. It is
Okay,
it's
there
less
is
of a
another
cave,
exit
more
out.
of no. There's not another exit out. There's one exit in. There's one entry and exit. It's less of a cave and more like an indentation. You know, you do have a ceiling there, but it's like 10 feet in and you're in, and it's about 20 feet total deep.
But it doesn't go back into the mountain.
There's no other way in. It's completely closed off. It's a complete circle. Besides that,
Gotcha.
How deep would you say, or how wide would you say it is?
about 20 by 20.
20 by 20? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I swivel towards the movement and go, movement.
And it did flutter past fast.
I'm assuming I wouldn't have caught that with the perception check.
No.
Yeah, no. So
What are you guys
I have no
doing?
idea. I think I would prepare, like, because my hand is crackling, I think I'm going to prepare a spell.
Okay.
Cover me.
All right.
And
I'll do
I'm
it.
going to go towards the exit.
Okay.
Where I saw the
You go towards the exit, and as soon as you exit out to the right, again, where you came from, you see a figure off in the distance, white draping, maybe tattered rags that are flowing in the wind, moving at a fast pace away from you.
I yell, stop.
Mm-hmm.
and let loose a crossbow bolt.
Okay. Go and roll with disadvantage. This is what's your crossbow bolt's range, please?
8320.
All right, it is at disadvantage. It's more than 80 feet away.
We have the information gathering so that we have combat ready, kill anything on sight.
And you see they are arcing. They initially went towards where you guys came from, but they're arcing more into the woods. So they are not on the path where you guys were. There's a thick fog surrounding the entire area, but it's only about, well, to you, it's about knee high, Helvog. To Miyagi, it's about, shin high.
18.
18. Crossbow bolt goes, not sure if it hit or not.
Follow it up. I mean,
Okay. Start running towards it. Miyagi, what are you doing?
Up, click,
I
and
think
run.
seeing that he just went out, I think Miyagi would follow.
Okay. Now, are you following like right next to him, or are you following behind him? How are you guys? What's the order?
I'd follow behind him.
Okay.
Because
all right, Helvog.
in my
Helvog,
mind, Miyagi has hesitation.
you're running, and as you're running, you're into the woods. You feel at your feet slight pressure, and then a twang of like a broken string. And that's where we're going to pause for tonight.
You got a trap.
So we're going to end our session how we end all of our sessions, with bitches, gripes, complaints, comments, questions answered. And we're going to start with our newest player, Helvog.
No, I'm golden. This is perfect. It's a Scooby adventure.
Yep.
And I'm an investigator.
Yep. Next, we're going to go with Ath.
I don't know. I kind of sat back and listened, and Ath didn't really say much. But
Well, I'm thinking that Ath may be a little bit interested in this wailing, or this I can't remember the name now. This Wispy Widow.
yeah, I'm kind of just trying to like observe and like get information and just like see if I see anything weird or like pick up on anything that anybody is saying. So,
all right.
But this is a good role playing session.
I don't understand why Elkson was put in charge of all of the questions.
And next will be Elkson.
Elkson is not like the charming one, the information gathering, unless it's like nature or animal based. So this is an interesting role that Elkson has found herself in.
Well, it's very interesting that you went to go talk to the kobolds, because they are going to look up to you, especially a dragonborn that's actually nice to them. So
you always talk to the servants. If they're not the ones doing it, they probably know something about the one that's doing it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you always talk to the invisible people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Suzanne.
So Savannah's frustrated because she feels that she is the smartest person in the room, and she is not figuring any of this out. She keeps coming up like dead ends and stuff, and story-wise, I'm having a blast, but character-wise, yeah, she's like feeling frustrated because she always seems to choose the wrong group that doesn't find anything.
It does seem like that. It does seem like that. And finally,
you'll get your moment.
You will get your moment. And finally, we have Imp Master.
I thought it was a great session. I thought setup was interesting. Setup was definitely nice. I love the Scooby-Doo vibes. I genuinely do, and I always love a good mystery. So I was sort of right. I was like ghost episode, and lo and behold, we found something. So that's
I'm
always
doing my
fun.
squats.
I know. I was like, this is gonna be a ghost town. Why?
Yeah. I'm definitely digging it so far.
You're not going down all the way.
I am actually.
Work harder.
God, I love you people.
Posture check.
Oh my god, I have the worst posture whenever I'm playing Phasmophobia specifically. I get so tense from the scare alerts that are imminent. I'm just like...
All right, there's your 25 squats, you fucker. I will remember this.
I got more for Divine Twitchvention, that's fine.
Well, the Divine Twitchvention got you that big ass emerald. That will be worth 800 gold pieces at least when it's cut.
Nah, it's
So-
okay. That's for the crap you put us through last couple sessions. It almost killed me. So
Almost.
And Elkson and
Everybody.
Almost all of us.
Miyagi and...
Yeah.
So our next session is going to be scheduled for the 3rd of October. Hopefully you guys enjoy it so far. Oh, DM advantage for you. All right. There we go. So,
oh my
Thank you.
god.
thank you all for joining. Please join us on our next scheduled campaign or session, and we can find out what exactly is going on. We're going to raid another D&D group here real quick. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
This was a good game.
Yeah.
This really was. This was
I love
nice.
our Professor Xavier thing that's now
Yeah.
happening all the time.
And we are off.
I love it too. Like, I've never had a familiar, so this is definitely fun.
I want a pet.
Now, stats wise,
Everybody got pets. I don't have a pet.
At this rate, Elkson's also gonna have the free kobolds following her.
Okay.
Like little
One of my
ducklings.
videos, one of my friends made a video about this.
Where did
called
the tiger
Meteor.
come from?
I'll say
So
make
in
an
the
attack
session you missed,
make an
Elkson
attack roll
bonded
and
with the
add
tiger that the
the,
druid
the
had and
looks,
got to play with it
strength
because
or
I rolled a
dexterity
nat
modifier.
20 for my
We'll
animal
say strength.
handling. So it was a
Okay.
great moment.
For the,
Yeah,
for the
it's
fun.
not really her pet, but
no, just
Okay, the rooks, not rooks.
Not
strength.
yes.
I'm being allowed to
Okay,
take
good,
to the
because
tiger
rook
out.
strength is 8.
yep.
Are we really going to be a party of pet classes?
I'm a ranger. What do you expect?
Okay. Got a ranger,
A party of
a
what?
wizard, 2 wizards.
Orc barbarian.
Well, our new player,
Okay, the barbarian isn't so much going to be a pet class.
the new player is playing a centaur ranger monk.
Oh.
Is that what Ren is
Very
trying to
excited.
Yeah.
get?
I'm good. Ranger buddy.
Yep.
A centaur monk?
Yep.
A
That's gonna be-
centaur ranger. All right, that's a freaking
Centaur-
Sagittarius right there.
Ranger monk.
Yes, yeah.
So
That's gonna be interesting.
that's going to be very interesting.
How the
Um,
hell is a centaur gonna be a monk?
It's a playable class, so it's playable race. So I'm like,
One
okay,
of the attacks is just like that backwards kick that horses do.
yep. In fact, I'm looking at their character sheet right now.
If they do that attack, that should be a stronger
do have
attack
a-
than a normal
Well, no, they do
unarmed.
have a hooves attack, and it's a D4 plus and they can use their martial arts with it, so it's a D4 plus 4 for them.
Nice.
It's just the fact that they're playing a centaur. You
Yep.
can't get anywhere with a centaur.
It will be interesting, but
I mean, Alexon's not going many places that Thunderbolt can't go, so, you know. Any places that horses can't go, don't expect Alexon to be like, hell yeah, let's go.
So I hope that you guys are enjoying this different type of adventure. I wanted to, since again I did the whole doom and gloom for like 3 or 4 sessions inside this Lich's lair, which of course will not come back to haunt you at all.
Especially not.
No,
I have the imp.
not at all.
I want to do more of a wholesome type of adventure for you guys.
Don't trust Jazdick or
like
the nature lady.
Did you say jazz dick?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I've been calling him the entire time.
Jadic.
He will always be Jazdick to me. I'm sorry.
Jazz hands, jazz dick.
I don't want
God.
We have Jazz Dick, we have Paul Dick, we have all the Dick.
Oh god, and none of it is going to be anywhere near Alexon.